The ultimate price paid by another Australian soldier.
Our nation should mourn the loss of this fine young Australian.
Ricky Nixon hits back as the war of words heats up. A technical fault causes more chaos for Virgin passengers. And the fishing trip that turned into a night from hell.
This is 9 News with Joe Hall.
Good evening. Another young Australian soldier has lost his life in Afghanistan, shot down in an ambush last night while patrolling a dangerous insurgent-infested valley. Sapper Jamie Ronald Larkham was 21 and halfway through his first posting. As Davina Smith reports, he's the 23rd Australian to die in the fighting.
A country boy from South Australia, a big brother to 3 sisters, a mate, a soldier, a hero.
Sapper Jamie Ronald Larkham was 21 years old.
Player agent Ricky Nixon has flatly denied having a sexual relationship with a teenage girl at the centre of the St Kilda nude photo scandal. Nixon broke his silence via a statement, but was tight-lipped when approached by 9 News today. Laura Turner reports.
Out of hiding and into the public glare, the angst of the past 48 hours still etched across Ricky Nixon's face. His future still hanging in the balance, the high-profile player-manager, now a lone figure on Point Lonsdale's main street.
Do you fear you're going to lose your accreditation, Ricky? What do you have to say about her? What would you say about her?
The 47-year-old released a statement labelling the girl's claims of a sexual relationship a blatant lie. I wish to set the record straight. I have never had a sexual relationship with this girl. But as he was breaking his silence last night, the teenager was heading for the police station, making fresh, albeit less serious, allegations against him.
And so I went in and gave a statement, and I'm coming back on Monday.
9 News cannot reveal what the girl's claims are for legal reasons. As the AFL Players Association begins its investigation tomorrow, its decision will be one of many that could see Nixon booted out of the football world. Ricky Nixon was coaching a junior football side here in Kew until the end of last year. But since the allegations have come to light, the club has refused to say whether he's reapplied to coach this year or if they'll let him. It's something of Ricky Nixon's own Watergate. And the politicians are not impressed.
We regret intensely that this sort of thing is out there in the public arena.
I don't think Mr Nixon is necessarily upholding the standards that those parents and that each of us as AFL followers, each of us as Victorians would hope would be upheld.
Laura Turner, 9 News.
It's been a day of high frustration for Virgin Blue passengers who suffered lengthy delays after a power outage caused the check-in system to crash. The problem is the latest in a string of technical faults to plague the airline. Sonia Marinelli with more. Paramedics in Sydney have been amazed by a baby girl who survived being thrown from a car that slammed into a tree early today. The 1-year-old suffered a serious head injury, lacerations and bruising when the car careered down an embankment before hitting the tree. The baby's 23-year-old mother and her 41-year-old male companion had to be cut from the wreckage. The man and baby were airlifted to hospital. The toddler's mother suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police are investigating whether alcohol was involved. 3 fishermen lost in freezing waters for 20 hours off the coast of Geelong say thoughts of their families kept them going. The men managed to stay alive throughout the night after their boat sank in treacherous conditions. Vicky Jardim met them. Queensland police are investigating an ugly brawl which has led to the disqualification of 2 of the world's leading professional surfers. World number 9 Jeremy Flores was kicked out of the Burleigh Breaker Pro and former world champion Sonny Garcia banned from a competition in Newcastle next month for an alleged attack on a lone surfer at Burleigh Heads yesterday. Garcia is seen grabbing the man in a headlock before unleashing a barrage of punches. The pair claim they were trying to protect Garcia's son, who was threatened by locals. An amateur photographer who filmed the incident claimed he was later chased and attacked by Garcia when he returned to the shore. Police say no one's made a complaint. There's serious fears for the mental health of Brendan Favola, with the Brisbane Lions set to sack the trouble forward. Former Brisbane star Richard Champion says he spoke to Favola's manager Alastair Lynch on Friday and revealed Favola's situation is dire.
Fev's in a worse place than what a lot of people actually think. It's pretty deep-seated, this problem. He's been in a psychiatric facility there at New Farm, and he's got a lot of hurdles to overcome.
A Melbourne medical breakthrough will mean early diagnosis for thousands of women suffering a rare lung condition. Known as LAM, it only affects women of childbearing age and is often misdiagnosed as asthma. Sonia Marinelli again. Labor's Frank Maguire has won the seat of Broadmeadows despite a big swing against the ALP in yesterday's by-election. And for now, he says he wants to concentrate on his electorate, not getting a seat on the front bench. James Talia with more. In the news ahead, Kylie goes all out for her latest world tour. And who's invited to the wedding of the year?
Melbourne's parking fine hotspots.
There's probably about $1,200 owing.
The worst streets revealed.
One street more than $5,000 a day.
A 9 News special investigation.
It's feathery, absolute feathery.
So where are the streets of gold? See it first. 9 News, Monday at 6.
Protesters demanding democratic reform continue to challenge authoritarian governments in the Middle East as the movement that toppled regimes in Tunisia and Egypt continues to grow. And as Peter Stefanovic explains, the first signs of a compromise have come from Bahrain's royal family. Now with tonight's sport, here's Lisa Andrews.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up, D-Day for Melbourne victory. An African rookie makes his mark and surfs up for the Sun's new star. Geelong coach Chris Scott has kicked his career off with a win, scoring bragging rights over twin brother Brad in the NAB Cup. In the game underway, the Cats currently trail the Bulldogs at the start of the second half. Earlier, the Dogs thrashed the Kangaroos, while Sudanese-born Majak Daw made his debut against Geelong. The Cats giving Scott an 18-point win. Ayrton Woolley reports. The Gold Coast Suns will play West Coast in the NAB Cup quarter-finals after scoring an upset win over Sydney last night. The AFL newcomers looked impressive in their debut and have warned their rivals to expect more shocks this season. And finally, Joe, the Melbourne Vixens have started their season with a win. They beat Adelaide 65-47.
OK, thanks, Lisa. The weather's next, and it'll be a cool start to the week. It was nowhere near as humid as yesterday. Our Sunday began with a low of 17 at 5 this morning and our top was 22 at 10:30. A southwesterly change came through with a couple of showers. As expected, there was only a millimetre in the city. It was a narrow band of showers, but the strong winds kept temperatures down to around 20 degrees. The warmest was 27 at Swan Hill. And from the showers, the highest rainfall was 4 millimetres at Wilson's Prom. Tomorrow we'll have colder air over us, so wind chill will be a factor, but a high moving in will make it fine. And the longer-term forecast shows a dry week ahead for Victoria, but a different story across the top end with more torrential rain. Cyclone Carlos is expected to reform off the northwest coast. Tomorrow, a shower or two in Hobart, Canberra and Sydney. Here, just isolated showers in the south, fine in the north and low temperatures. Only 17 at Ballarat, 19 or 20 around Melbourne, but with the wind chill, it'll feel more like the mid-teens. There'll be light showers in the morning, less than a millimetre. In the city, it'll be our coldest night we've had for a while, down to 12, and it will stay cool tomorrow, a top of 20. There'll be a shower in the morning, almost nothing, then clearing in the afternoon with sunny breaks. After that, fine for the rest of the week and warming up to a great weekend. Sunny and 29 on Saturday, 27 on Sunday. And that's the news for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.